So blah blah blah, I'm like versus Eleted, blah blah blah, I never watched the lore, blah blah blah, we're gonna watch Wii Deleted You.
2006. A year that the 7th
Alright.
generation of game consoles released.
I always thought that the Wii
Some
came
may
out in
think that
2007,
2006 was
but
the best year
it's
of
apparently
gaming. But to
2006.
me, it exists as a painful memory. One that will just
And you're
not
probably wondering why I
go
have subtitles
away.
on. It's because,
I
well,
got a Nintendo Wii for my 7th birthday on November 28th, 2006.
there he is.
About 9 days
Eleted.
after it launched. I still remember the moment when my dad gave me the present, and then I quickly ripped it open. Wow, a Wii! Thanks, Dad!
So, who's this person that's
After that,
narrating
my
this?
dad
Is
had no
like
work to do,
the main
and I
person
begged him to
of
help set it
like
up.
who experienced
When he was
this,
done,
or
he helped me set up the Wii in the living room. What surprised me about the Wii
I
was
don't know
the
how to say
controller.
this.
It reminded me more of a TV remote. After my dad set it up,
Okay,
he left
I don't
me
know
to
what
play.
the Wii remote has anything to do with
But
this.
something else caught my eye, the Me channel. So I opened that
Oh,
up
the Me
instead.
channel.
But when I got into the Me channel, there was a single Me there. I clicked on him and found out that his name was Eleted.
Oh, Eleted.
Until I looked more closely into the letters and found that it was backwards
Oh.
for delete.
Oh yeah, we already know that.
He was bald with a big smiling mouth, giant eyes.
That's the best thing. He was bald.
He tried to freak me out, so I deleted him.
Ah.
I then decided to
If we know anything from the mod, don't delete
so I pressed the
Eleted.
button to make a new me and named my me Kyle, because that was my name, Kyle.
Wait, that's
When I
why
went back
he
to
says
the
Kyle in the mod.
Kyle was back with the same
Oh,
creepy
I
look.
wonder why
So I
he's
deleted him
back.
the first chance I got. I was
Again,
a little creeped out.
what did I say,
decided to
Kyle?
forget
Do
all
not
about
delete
Wii
Eleted.
Sports. I liked Wii Sports. It was a compilation of 5 sports.
Okay.
Tennis,
I already know what
baseball,
Wii Sports
golf,
is. You don't have to tell
I
me.
decided to play bowling because it was my favorite sport. My me was in a bowling alley with other me's, and occasionally I'd see the me in the lane next to mine do their throw. And I did see it. The me got a strike and turned around to celebrate. But the me's face looked exactly like Edeled's. I
Oh,
assumed it was him.
he's back.
So I quit Wii Sports and went back to the Me channel. Before I could delete Edeled, a dialogue box appeared saying, "Why are you trying to delete me?" I started getting creeped out, and I spoke out.
It's Eleted.
What do you mean? I said. I didn't think it would have hurt me, but strangely it did.
Oh, you know what I mean.
It said. I then spoke out again.
Oh
I just don't
no.
want you on my Me channel. I'm sorry, I said. And it changed again.
Oh, really? These have feelings too, you know. How do you feel
God.
It said. And that's when I realized I was talking to Edeled.
Oh,
Dialogue box.
I wonder how that
The
happened.
scariest picture I've ever seen. It was a picture
Whoa,
of
what the heck?
with the same creepy
What the heck?
features, but more
That is
gruesome.
not okay.
His eyes were replaced with gaping holes of blood pouring down. I was so
That-
scared that I clicked the
I
button,
just
but
don't think I can
he
get
ran
that
to
out of
my
my
dad.
head now.
He was on the phone, so I waited for him to finish. Dad, there's something wrong with my Wii, I said in a scared voice. I led my dad to the living room
Oh.
and I turned off the home menu. And surprisingly, it looked normal. My dad said
Oh,
it was probably just
I wonder how it turned to normal.
break. So I did. I pressed the home menu button again and took a 15-minute break. But when I came back to the Wii and turned off the home menu, an animation played of my me being deleted.
Oh.
And then a dialogue box appeared saying, "Goodbye, Kyle."
Oh, Adelaide.
Turned off and went back to the home menu. I
Ugh.
tried to get back into the Me channel, but every time I did, a dialogue box appeared saying, "We deleted you."
Oh, it said the thing. It said the thing.
And I soon realized that Edeled had somehow deleted me in a way that I couldn't make any more me's. So that meant
Oh.
no matter what.
Does this sound kind of like a cursed Wii or something?
Play as Edeled.
Oh, that's somehow even worse than death. To be continued, wow. Alright, time for part 2.
2006. I was sitting in my bedroom. I was bored, and yet still in shock after what happened a week ago with
Oh, okay, so this takes
Eleted.
place after, like,
Christmas
a
was
week
coming, and
after
I was tired
part
of playing
1.
as Eleted in all the games I played. I actually managed to find out about the guest players, but whenever I tried to
the
play
guest
as one,
players.
they would just reload as Eleted.
Oh, me's.
I asked my dad for a new Wii so I can start over, but obviously he
Don't you
doesn't
know
really
how
believe me about
expensive
the whole
Wii's are,
Eleted
Kyle?
fiasco. I heard the doorbell ring. I ran to the window and saw my best friend Nathan waiting outside the door. I ran to the door and let him in. "Hey, Kyle," he said happily. "Hey," I replied.
I don't think he
We talked for a bit as
knows
we went
about the
upstairs,
whole
and just as I
Eleted
thought,
thing.
He found the Wii. "Dude, you have a Wii?" he said with excitement.
Oh,
"Why didn't
no,
you tell me?"
Nathan,
He
no.
continued. Before I could explain, he grabbed a Wii remote and said, "Whatever, it's fine, dude. Let's play."
Oh,
As he gave me the
no.
remote. I turned the Wii on. I took a glance at Nathan's face. He was excited. The Wii menu came on screen, and I became nervous when he pointed the Wii remote to the Me channel.
Oh,
"Hey, Kyle,
no.
is that the Me channel?
God.
I heard it's really cool."
Nathan.
he asked.
I'm sorry, I'm getting the
"Yeah,
names
it's
confused.
really cool." I stuttered.
No.
Nathan clicked on the Me channel, and I tried my best.
How's
to
Nathan
think
gonna
up an
react to
excuse
this?
for him to not go on the Me channel, but I couldn't come up with any. Nathan pressed start. I was expecting the dialogue box saying,
Why
"We deleted you"
didn't
to
Kyle
appear,
just grab the
but to
Wii
my
remote out of
surprise,
Nathan's hand?
It actually let us into the Me channel. When we got into the Me channel, my eyes widened. The Me channel was really glitchy. Textures were in the wrong places, and the music was all distorted.
Wait, that's like in the second
I
song
looked
of the
at Nathan,
mod.
and needless
Like,
to
I'm
say,
serious.
his
Like,
excitement was
all
replaced by
it's like
confusion.
really dark and
He looked
all the
back at me.
textures are glitching.
What's happening, man?" he asked. Before I could start explaining, I heard a grinding noise. I turned back to the TV to see Eleted standing there in the middle of the Me channel. My eyes widened again. Eleted just stood there for a while.
He's just
staring at
standing
us.
there.
Nathan looked at me.
Menacingly.
Kyle,
I'm sorry,
what's
I
going
can't
on
make
here?"
jokes
he
during
asked
watching
as
a
I looked back at
creepypasta.
him. "I have to close the Me channel," I replied. I pointed the Wii remote at the exit button on the top left of the screen, which its textures were all mixed up. "Come on, come on, come on!" I repeated to myself as I repeatedly clicked on the
What's
exit
Eleted
button.
gonna do?
But the dialogue box to choose if you wanted to leave wasn't coming up. At this point, I was starting to panic. So did Nathan. While I was desperately trying to close the Me channel, a dialogue box appeared saying,
Oh no, not a dialogue box.
Kyle.
"Kyle, what's going on?" Nathan asked me
no.
frightfully. "I'll explain later, just sit down and let me handle it," I replied. Nathan sat down on the couch, and just when he did,
I think
the text
Kyle's
changed,
can't
saying,
handle it.
Didn't you know your me is coming to visit?
What do you mean?" I stuttered. The text changed again, saying,
The me you created. He should be here any moment.
Oh
the
no,
dialogue
what's he
box
gonna
disappeared,
do?
and something happened that I never thought would happen. My me came. He fell from the top of the screen and landed on the ground.
What's gonna
Eleted
happen?
disappeared. I was happy to see my
he's
me
gone.
again.
Hooray.
But when he got up, I was shocked. He looked extremely pale.
Not again.
His eyes were bloodshot red. He was covered in blood and stains, and he was
no.
wobbling, as if he was struggling to keep his balance.
No,
The most
what did he
disturbing
do?
part was when
What
I heard
did
my
he
me
do?
whisper.
Oh no. Like, I
I
wanna
backed
stop
away from the
watching, but I
screen, and
can't.
Nathan was
Because I
literally
promised this.
shivering. I tried to close the Me channel again, and Eleted appeared. And then a dialogue box appeared saying,
Leaving so soon?
Yes,
haven't even
'cause
got
no one likes
nearly
you.
up close yet.
The dialogue box disappeared, and the camera zoomed into my me. And when it was successfully zoomed in, I saw my me crying as he was struggling to stand.
Oh
I
no,
felt bad
no,
for him.
no.
After a couple seconds, Eleted walked on screen with an axe. He walked over to my knee and pushed him
You had
over.
an axe in the
My
mod,
me fell
right?
onto the ground and cried even more.
Oh, I think he did.
Eleted put his foot on my me to restrain him. My
I
me
know,
kicked
like,
and
I'm
squirmed
saying
in
oh
failed
no a
attempt to
lot, but
escape.
come on. This,
Get away from him!
I'm watching a
yelled.
creepypasta.
Eleted looked at me and a dialogue box appeared saying,
Oh, I'll get away from him. once he's dealt with.
The dialogue box disappeared and Eleted looked back at my Mii, who was crying and out of breath from squirming. My eyes widened as Eleted raised his axe and swung it at my Mii's legs, chopping them off. Blood came pouring out of my Mii's legs and began squirming in pain.
Watching
as if
this is gonna make me
help.
look at
Eleted
versus
raised his
Eleted a
axe
lot
again
differently
and paused for a
now.
moment. I looked back at Nathan and he was on the verge of crying. I told him to go in my room so he wouldn't have to see this. He nodded his head and ran to my bedroom and shut the door.
I can just like imagine this in my head.
I turned my head back to the TV and Eleted swung the axe at my Mii's neck, decapitating him.
Oh,
Blood began spewing out of his head and neck, and I was done at this point.
Why?
I ran to the Wii and repeatedly pressed the power button. It didn't work. I tried again and again and again until I heard a loud grinding noise. I looked up to the TV to see my Mii's decapitated head. His bloodshot eyes were gouged out and were replaced by empty eye sockets, and his mouth
That's
was
a lot like
wide
Lost
open.
Silver in a
My
way.
heart was pumping out of my chest, so I yanked the power cord out of the Wii.
Oh, of course.
The TV screen
Kind of
was
didn't think
static.
of that, like, I
sighed
don't know,
in relief.
before
I
all this
unplugged the
stuff
Wii,
happened to
took the
me.
Wii remotes and ran to my room. I swung open the door and threw the Wii in my closet. I looked at Nathan, who was sitting on my bed with his arms folded, in shock of these past events. Is it over? He asked. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, it's
I
over
said
right
really
now.
loudly. I think
But
you should go
I
home,
still have,
Nathan.
like, a couple more parts to watch.
Yeah. See you later, Nathan replied as he left the room. After Nathan left, I went back to the living room to see the static still on the TV. But after a couple
of course,
seconds,
the static is still
the static
on.
was replaced with a black background of white text saying, "This is not over."
Oh,
And
okay.
then the TV turned off.
Oh. To be concluded. Okay. Alright,
The
part
year
3.
is 2013.
2013.
I just turned 14, and
Wow,
I'm enjoying
what jump.
playing the Wii U that I got for my birthday.
Oh, the Wii U now.
But whenever I hear the word Wii, I think of that Mii. That Mii that
Adelaide,
traumatized
we
me
just
all
found
those
out
years ago.
what happened.
I actually got a new Wii in 2010 with some allowance money.
Okay.
And luckily, that Mii didn't appear on it.
So you got a new Wii.
I had fun with the Wii. But whenever I picked up a Wii remote,
So why don't you just
I felt
sell
scared.
the old Wii in your closet?
Scared that the Mii would appear once again. I'm talking about Eleted.
Yeah, we know about Adelaide.
One day while in bed watching Netflix on my Wii U, I remembered that message
didn't
on
he
the
do
TV
that in the
screen back in
mod?
December of 2006. I remember that day vividly.
I think he did.
The message was, "This is not over." But it's been 7 years and nothing's happened.
I'm still thinking about
As
that
the
because we
movie I
got
was
like
watching
a
ended,
lot more parts to
I
watch,
asked
and I don't think
myself
I
a
can fit
question
them all
that I
into
was
this one
surprised
video.
I didn't ask myself sooner. Is Eleted sentient?
Is Adelaide
He can't be.
sentient?
It's just some stupid AI. But
Oh, don't
what
call
sick
Adelaide
being would
stupid.
program an AI to do what Eleted has done? I turned my head to face my closet, with the old Wii still in there.
Why
I never
didn't you
touched
just
it again after
sell
what
the
happened
old
all those years
Wii?
ago, so I just left it there. I figured that I could see if Eleted was some virus that somehow got into the Wii.
Of course.
I have a bit of
Adelaide
technical
wouldn't be
knowledge,
some
and
sort of
I thought I
virus. That
could
would
put
make
my Wii's
sense.
SD card into my laptop and access the system files to see if Eleted was some kind of virus. I slowly walked towards the
I mean, that
closet
would be
and
so
carefully picked
simple,
up the Wii.
Kyle.
I took out the SD
I'm not
card
being
and
mean
brought
to
out my
Kyle right
laptop.
now, but
I opened the SD
I
card
just
slot
don't
on my
understand
laptop.
this.
Here it goes, I whispered to myself as I took a deep
Oh
breath.
no!
I inserted the
Again,
SD
I
card
know I
into
keep
the
saying
slot
"oh no"
and
in this
nothing
video,
happened.
but that's
I
just
sighed in relief.
me
I
watching
opened the
this.
File Explorer and clicked on the SD card and gained access to the Wii system files. There were files
if
like
only
game
it was
data,
that
system
easy.
memory, and lots more. I clicked on System Memory, and one result came up and it read, eteledmechannel.exe.
Oh
I didn't think I would be able to find
no!
something related to Eleted so quickly.
So
The file was
Adelaide
an
is a
executable
virus.
file, so I was kind of hesitant
On the
to
one
click
Wii.
on it. However, I then realized that I had a part-time job working for my local grocery store. So if anything happened, I could just save up and buy a new laptop. I clicked on the file and the screen went black. It was black for about 10 seconds, and then I was greeted to a simulated Wii menu.
Emulation!
It was dark and
No,
the music was all
that
distorted.
is illegal, Kyle.
I would occasionally hear loud screeching noises in the background, and the icons on the Wii menu would occasionally cut to static for about a split second. The hand icon, though, which I controlled using my mouse, was just
emulation.
I just stared at the
emulation
screen for a while.
is worse than the hand pointer
leave, but
being Edeled's face,
I also
Kyle.
wanted to find out the mystery of this me that traumatized me as a child, so I continued. I then clicked on the Me channel and I pressed start. I was then taken to the Me channel, but it was just a blank screen with all the icons on the side, but nothing else.
Oh no.
And then a text box appeared saying,
"Oh, you came back."
It said, "Yeah,
he is.
I
He really is back."
"I always thought you would eventually come back."
It replied. The text box then disappeared and Eleted came on screen.
Nah, he's
Another
back.
text box
He's back.
appeared saying,
"Delete me."
"What? Why?" I said in confusion.
So he
I
wants
must
to be
show you
deleted
something.
now. Is this a
"Okay,"
trick?
I
Is this
replied in
I
confusion.
honestly think this is a trick.
The text box then disappeared and I picked up Eleted and dragged
Like,
him to the
this
delete
is
icon.
really a trick.
I was given the choice to delete Eleted, and I took a heavy breath as I chose to delete him. I was then taken back to the desktop. I was confused, but then I noticed something was added to my desktop. A file named Deleted.
Hey, Minecraft and League of Legends.
I was nervous. I didn't want to click it, but
that's the most funniest thing that's so far. Freaking Minecraft and League of Legends.
I clicked on the file and a video opened. It was static for a while, but then it cut to a hallway with hospital beds lined up next to one another.
Wait.
Each
Isn't that the hallway from the mod?
Hooked up to life support machines.
I'm sure it's where you fight Austin.
Hear the beeping sounds of the machines.
Speaking of Austin, I really want to see when Austin comes in, because I really want to see what his character is in this. Because I really liked him in the mod.
And turned to one of the beds. A pale me was laying down on it, and then the me flatlined.
Oh,
the strange thing is that the me's in this video can make different expressions.
I hope
like
that me wasn't
sad or
important.
Angry. There were also me's who were making expressions that aren't possible for a me to make. I saw some.
How many minutes are we interacting this?
The screen then cut to static.
And so far, I can see the video is going on for about 18 minutes, and after this, we only have one part left to watch in this video.
The screen cut to Eleted, laying in one of the beds with life support machines hooked up all over him. I was shocked when I saw this, because Eleted wasn't making his normal expression, but instead he was making a very sad expression, although his eyes and mouth remained the same size as before. Eleted looked at the camera and spoke out.
"Do you see? Do you now see why I don't want to be deleted? I am trying to warn you, whenever a me gets deleted, they get
so this whole time he was trying to warn him?
They are doomed because their ignorant creators deleted them.
How did he come back?
These life support machines are only here to keep us alive for the remaining time we have, and when they get taken off, they die.
So me's can die.
I am the only me who knows how to recover. I am the only me who knows how to get back to the me channel after being deleted. But
so
I don't know
why don't
how
you
to
just
stop the pain.
teach the other me's how to get back?
Before I make you learn."
After Eleted was done speaking, he ripped off the tubes and wires off him that were connected to the life support machines and got out of his bed. And then he disappeared. After he disappeared, loud grinding noises played, and Edeled's face would appear for about a split second every few seconds.
I'm surprised on how much lore I'm learning about this little me.
I was frozen, to say the least. My brain was trying to comprehend what just happened.
And
what was this hallway?
And there's like 7 other parts to this.
I eventually got my computer to restart and it worked normally.
Oh,
And I eventually
okay.
pieced together what
So,
was going on in that
you got the
video.
laptop to work
It took me a
again.
while,
With
but I believe I found an
Minecraft,
answer.
League of Legends, and
You see,
Steam.
a me being deleted is basically the equivalent of having a terminal cancer or incurable sickness.
Oh,
So there's
me's
a
can have
hallway where they're
cancer.
hooked up to life support machines to live
I'm
out the
sorry.
remaining time
Not
they
trying to
have
be
left.
funny.
And at the end, the me's get taken off life support and they die. It is a painful death.
Me's
But
can
Eleted
die.
is the only me in existence who knows how to recover from the sickness and get back to the me channel. But he doesn't know
Again, why
how to
not
stop
teach the
pain.
dying me's how to...
That's what
Okay,
he was
so
trying to
my voice
teach me.
recording just
He
stopped
wasn't trying to
working
be
for a
scary, but
second.
instead tried
So
to
I'm
teach
back.
me a lesson.
I was trying to say, why not
It's just
teach
that
the dying me's
violence and
how to get
aggression
back
is
to
the
the
only
me
way he knows how
channel?
to do it. In the end, I never found out Edeled's origins. I never knew how he was made or what his
I think we're
motives
about
were.
to learn the origins.
But I think that it's best that I
think
never
we
do.
are. The end. Yeah, that's not the end. That is not the end. Alright,
I used to work for
Elete
Nintendo
Origins.
of America
This is
while
when
the
we're
Wii
gonna
was
watch
being
the
created.
final part of this video.
It was actually kind of a good job. But there was one guy who worked there that nobody really knew. We didn't know what he was like or what he did on his spare time. All we had were rumors.
Ooh.
His name was Henry. There were
Henry.
rumors being spread around the office
Wait.
about what he did, where he lived,
Wait,
and
I remember
how he
the
even got his
mod
job
that
in the first place.
Austin called Eleted
All of
Henry.
which are most
Is it the
likely
same
not true.
person?
To me, he was just some
Wait,
other
it
guy
can't
who
be.
wasn't really known by anyone. But
I'm just trying to
sometime
process
during the Wii's
this.
production, he started to act strange. He would show up to work late, and he even glared at some of the employees. He would hide in the
Oh,
bathroom
of course, because
and wouldn't
glaring
talk to
is
anybody.
so disturbing.
I almost felt bad for him. But one Tuesday afternoon, my coworker Mike walked up to me on my break. "Hey Jonathan, what do you think Henry's doing over there?" I've known Mike ever since I've started working at Nintendo. I would consider him to be one of my best friends.
Okay.
We would go bowling,
I don't
grab a
care
bite to eat,
that
and
Mike is your
sometimes even
friend.
play
We're
around
here
with
to learn
golf.
about Eleted.
Anyway, I looked over at Henry
Maybe
and
Henry.
he was just pacing.
I'm just
And I
I'm
could
just trying to
clearly see
think
him
of the
mumbling to
thumbnail
himself.
of this in my head.
Seems like he's talking to
Like
himself.
just adding like
I replied.
a picture of Eleted and
Mike
Henry,
grabbed a Coke from
and
the
then
break
just
room fridge
have
and opened
text
it.
saying the same person.
Seems like he's insane.
I don't
Mike
know, we need to
jokingly
find
stated
out.
as he sipped his cold can of Coke. Henry continued to pace around talking to himself for about a minute, until he left the break room. Me and Mike followed a safe distance away. We saw him grab a Wii, already boxed and ready to be shipped to retailers, and went into one of the offices.
What's he gonna do?
He was
What
sure
is
to
he
look
gonna
around to
do
make
to
sure
this
nobody was
Wii?
watching, and proceeded into the room, shutting the door behind him. "You want to check out what he's doing?" Mike asked. Maybe later. Besides, our break is almost over," I replied to Mike as I walked away. It has been a good 10 minutes since our break period ended, and I was working. I had a clear view of the office that Henry entered, and he still hasn't come out. I started to become curious as to what he was up to in there, but I eventually
I'm
turned back
wondering
to my
what he's
computer
doing
and
too.
continued working. About 30 seconds passed, and a loud scream catches the attention of everyone in the office.
Oh, is
I
that
whipped my
Henry?
head to face the door to the room that Henry was in, and all I saw was one of my coworkers standing there, shaking. Everybody got up and left their cubicles, and then they ran to the room. When I managed to get a good look in the room, I almost fainted. Henry was on the floor dead. His body was dark,
okay, he's dead now.
unrecognizable, as if he had been electrocuted. The result was an office-wide
he's
panic.
electrocuted. I was
People
about
were
to say, I
screaming,
wonder how he
calling
died.
the police, and some even vomited right there on the scene. 2 days later, everyone who were present
Okay.
on the scene
2
were
days
called down to the
later,
presentation room.
Everyone is still traumatized
I was
over
still
Henry
shaken
dead.
from the whole thing, and I didn't even want to think about it anymore, but I went anyway. My boss was standing in the front of the presentation room while we all got settled. "Hello, everyone," my boss said. I am sure you are all aware of what happened 2 days ago, and I am just as shaken as all
Henry
of you
died.
are. However, we have gotten security
got
camera footage, and I
electrocuted
thought it
and
would
then
be
he
important
died.
for all of you to see it. Please note that some of this footage is disturbing. My boss walked over to the projector and brought up the footage and pressed play.
We're gonna hear about it.
The video
we can't see it
begins
because
with
we're gonna
Henry
look at
entering
the
the room with
smug
the Wii,
face of
and
Eleted.
sat down at the desk. He hooked the Wii up and set it up. It was actually normal for the most part, other than the fact that he had a bottle of beer with him and was drinking it throughout the process of setting it up.
Okay, so he's
When
drunk
Henry got the
setting
Wii
it
set up, the first thing he did was go into the Me channel. And when it opened, he pressed the button to make a new Me. The Mii's gender was male,
what are you
and
doing?
he started it from scratch. He made the Me bald, with huge eyes and a huge mouth and a small nose.
Huge eyes, huge mouth, small nose.
Alright, that right there is the
Eleted.
weirdest Me I've ever seen in my entire life, one
It's
employee
Eleted.
shouted. We all shushed him and continued watching. Henry then got to naming his Me, and he named it Eleted.
Oh,
Wait a
Henry.
Pause the video! Another employee shouted. My boss then paused the video and took a couple of seconds to analyze the Mii's name. That's backwards for delete, he yelled. And before I knew it,
Of course.
everybody in the room was in a heated debate on whether Henry knew what he was naming him, or if it was just a coincidence because he was drunk. It wasn't too long before my boss put a stop to it. Everybody shut up! My boss yelled. He then pressed the play button again and we continued to watch in silence.
So what's gonna happen next?
Henry then saved the Me that he created and put him in the Me Plaza. Henry simply stared at the screen for a bit, and then he said, I always wanted to be a Me, he said as he chuckled. Immediately after he said this, my boss paused the video. We are
this
now
made my
about to
brain
enter the
hurt.
part of the footage that is disturbing. If you feel you are unable to handle the disturbing nature of the following, please leave the room now, my boss explained.
I guess since
And
it's a
thus,
video, we
many
can't leave.
employees left
So
the
we're gonna have to
presentation room.
listen to this.
I counted and there were only 6 people left. Me, Mike, and 4 of my other coworkers. You're staying? I asked Mike. Yeah, I want to see what happened, he replied as my boss pressed play again. In the footage, Henry noticed that the monitor screen began to flicker. He looked down at the plug for the Wii and it was halfway in the socket.
Do we have
He
to
bent
see
down to push
this
it back in all the way, and when he did,
filter
he got
over
electrocuted and
Adelaide,
dropped
like
dead.
every single part?
I looked behind me and all the 4 co-workers
I mean, we didn't
winced
see for
as
part
Henry got
3,
electrocuted
but
in the
still.
footage. And I didn't even want to look at it. Mike just sat there and watched with a blank expression, as if all emotion had been sucked out of him. I looked back and got a good look at
Henry
His
got
body would
electrocuted.
sometimes jerk and flinch due to the electricity.
I could just
About
imagine
6 seconds
Henry
later,
doing
the
like the
monitor
Peter
in which
Griffin
Henry
death
made the Me on
pose.
strangely went static.
I know I'm not
What
supposed to be
the
joking
hell?
about
I
this,
thought
but
to myself.
still.
In fact, that was the only thing I could think of at that point of time. But then, the monitor displayed Eleted, the Me that Henry made, and it started speaking.
I always wanted to be a Me.
Eleted exclaimed in a distorted, low-pitched voice.
Okay, so
Have you ever wanted
I
to be a Me?
think what happened, like
He continued.
Henry's soul or
Everyone
something.
was silent
got
for about
put in
30 seconds
Eleted,
until
but I
there
don't
was a
know how that
loud
would
scream
happen.
sound effect that played. The monitor then began flashing with creepy
this
images.
make my brain so
I couldn't get a
hurt.
good look of what they are because they were flashing so fast.
Oh no.
But there was one image, the final image, which stayed on the monitor for about 3 seconds. It was a hallway with hospital beds lined up next to one
The
another.
hallway.
There was nobody lying
From
on the
what
beds
we learned in the
though.
mod, for what
But then
we learned
after
in
that
part
last
3.
image, the monitor cut to static, and then the footage cut to static. The room was filled with silence. Nobody said a word. I'm very sorry you all had to see that. My boss stuttered as he turned off the projector.
So you're very sorry.
You may all leave
it was
now.
Henry's fault that he died
continued
in
as
the
we got
first
up from our
place.
seats and left.
I know I'm
But
being mean to
as
some
I
of
was
these
leaving,
characters, but
I
still.
realized something. After we went back to work after seeing Henry's body 2 days ago, I looked back and noticed one of my co-workers, Johnny, took the Wii remotes, cables, and box out of the room. I assumed that he was going to format the Wii system memory or throw it away. But then, rumors started going around the office that Johnny just put everything back in the box, sealed it up, and put it with all the other Wiis without formatting the system memory.
Oh, Johnny.
And the Wii
I'm pretty sure that's what
had
happened.
already been sent out to retailers.
Oh, no.
I should have known that's what Johnny did. Johnny had a reputation around the office for doing some stupid things. But this would leave whoever
Johnny
was
didn't
unlucky
did that,
enough
then
to buy
Kyle
the
would
Wii to
have been
find out about
traumatized by
Eleted.
Eleted.
Now, I have no idea what Eleted can do, but I knew it couldn't be good. And to make matters worse, there was no way I could track the Wii. But I couldn't accept
there's
that
no way you
whoever
could track
bought
the
it would soon find out that it was
specific
used by a man who
Wii
died
that has
using
a
it.
cursed
Or at
me
least
on
find
it
Eleted in the
with
Wii channel.
one of your employees,
So about 2 weeks later, I resigned.
soul in it, or
While me
whatever,
and Mike
how
still
it
remain
happens.
friends, there will always be that day that in the middle of a conversation, one of us will bring up Henry, and we would sit there in silence. I really hope that whoever buys that Wii doesn't experience
now I
anything
feel
that
bad for
Eleted might
Kyle.
do. And if they do, then I pray that it doesn't make a lasting effect on them. Henry was a man that nobody really ever knew. Nobody ever spoke a word to him and never really acknowledged his existence.
Oh, no.
Was he a loner or did
I
he
feel
have a
bad
mental
for Henry
disorder?
now.
Nobody knew.
It didn't happen then.
But all we
this,
could do was speculate.
like the whole Wii
Like I
Deleted You
said,
saga wouldn't never
all we
happen.
had
And of course,
were
the mod
rumors.
wouldn't be real. Is that it? The end. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave this for now today. Thank you for watching. Oh.